So is it possible that playing video games is work? I think we had one of our biggest breakthroughs while playing one of our most favorite games, and I'm going to tell you more about it. All right, so I was having some discussions with myself and some racers while we were playing one of our favorite games, Apex. One of the features that you can enable or disable in the graphic settings is anti-aliasing. Basically what this does is it makes everything look more smooth and blend together better. It kind of gets rid of the jagged lines and it kind of makes the picture better. The higher you have this, the more maybe realistic it looks, the less things seem to stand out. One of the problems with this is sometimes when anti-aliasing is off, the picture looks a lot worse, but it's easier to spot the enemies while you're trying to shoot. So realistically, you probably want it off to play better, but you want it on to look better. So, you know, it's a toss-up what you do. I tend to leave it on because I just would rather enjoy myself than maybe have that little teeny bit of an edge. But some guys go the opposite, and some guys think it makes a bigger difference than I do. So our quads kind of are similar trade-offs. We can filter more, which basically removes some of the feel, but maybe it's more guaranteed it can work with crappier hardware, or you know, it's a smoother thing. And a lot of what we spend times doing are trying to figure out filters that can compromise between the two and have the best feel with the least amount of interference. This isn't always, you know, the best thing to do. This isn't always, we can't always get the really good results we want. So one thing we do is, you know, some dynamic filters, predictive filters, you know, we're doing all kinds of things. But this got me to thinking that this game uses anti-aliasing, and anti-aliasing is a different type of filtering. It's our gyros actually do it internally if you have them in filtered mode. And basically what it's trying to do is interpolate between 2 points and try and put data in between them to make it a smooth transition from one gyro reading to the next. So the slower you go, the more this tries to anti-alias. So, you know, 1 kilohertz has to do a lot of anti-aliasing, and 32 kilohertz in theory needs less or none at all, depending on what mode you have the gyro in. But the problem with this, to me, is it feels bad. Like 1 kilohertz definitely feels more latent. 8 kilohertz feels more latent. I mean, even 32 kilohertz with the built-in filters in the gyro doesn't feel very good. So I got to thinking, you know, what if when I'm playing this game, I could just anti-alias just around the enemies and nothing else? So the screen looks good, but the enemies stand out better. Now, there's no way to do this on the game, but, you know, what if we could do it with our gyros in our quadcopter? So this is a new Falco feature, guys. This is, I think, one of the best features we've added lately. It's called automatic anti-aliasing. So you can add anti-aliasing. Basically, it's just a new type of filter. It works a little different. It's just a way to smooth out the data, and it does it all the time. Now that kind of retards on the feel. In the straights, when you're cruising, you kind of want this because you're going straight. You don't care about having good feel if you're just moving in a straight line. And there's other times where you want this smoothness. But when you're starting to do maneuvers and flippy-floppy all around, anti-aliasing will make it not respond as well, not feel good. So we figured out a way to integrate it into sim mode. So this is something that only works when sim mode is enabled, but it basically does dynamic anti-aliasing depending on what you're doing. The results are very amazing. You got that smooth cruise without any of the downsides. So I want you guys, we're coming out with a public beta of Falco for those that aren't testing it yet. And this is enabled in it this week, hopefully the beta release. This is one of the best features we've had in a long time because I think it gives a good compromise between really smooth, straight performance, even if you have damaged props or, you know, older motors or older quads or noisier quads, but at the same time giving some amazing feel everywhere else. I think this actually allows us to do a lot less filtering but get good results as well. So we can do something like the Blackbird tune, which doesn't really have much filtering, but at the same time, you can get this amazingly smooth cruise. Let me know what you think. Comment, like, hit that little bell so you get notified of the next video. But I want you guys to try it, and so far everyone has said this is amazing. and I hope you agree with everyone that we've seen tested so far.
I got mine. Get the one on me. Fuck. I gotta get both.